Yeah.
I don't got wings.
I just wake up and do what the fuck I want to do.
What is up? Good morning, guys. It is February 3rd. We're in a brand new month. Got some brand new levels and analysis for you guys. Before I get into that, I just want to take a quick peek at today and this week's fundamentals. So really quick, today we've got one red folder, ISM manufacturing PMI at 10 o'clock. If we take a look at the weekly news here, you'll see we got a lot going on. Of course, NFP is Friday, but a fair amount going on, especially for USD. Heavy USD week. So tomorrow we do have Jolt job openings at 10, followed by more ISM services, ADP, employment change, etc., etc. You guys can check this out, but heavy news week should be a very interesting week. February, notoriously slightly shorter month, so I'm expecting some volatility. Now, I did mark out some levels. These are brand new levels, new monthly levels, new weekly levels. As you can see so far, the market's jumping off of last week's high, right? We did have a gap, which appears to only really be viewable on the lower time frames. Our daily level has been already overextended, so today I do expect a pullback. We filled our negative 88.6 fib extension and negative 1.5. So overall market direction, I think, is still to the upside, but I will be expecting a pullback. Current market is, or current price is something to look out for, right around current price. But also, if we just drop down real quick, you see this huge gap here. We're most likely going to want to come back down somewhere in this area. We got a monthly zone right here, monthly 38.2. Right, we've also got some structure here. Although this is above our daily targets, I'll probably just stick to the monthly zone over the daily zone and refrain from marking up too many levels. Right now, this is not a full closure, but there are many times, such as last week, where we didn't get a full closure. Look at last week where we had this gap, right? Market came and closed about 50% of this gap, maybe 60%, and continued to the upside. So I think a similar thing could happen. We could come down here, or we could come back right back down and even go lower, right? We can come back maybe even into this weekly range and come down to our daily levels. I don't know if we'll get a flip today. That would be pretty nuts if we did flip this candle. But what I can say is that we do have a pivot point up here. So if we do maintain below this high, there is a good chance that we're going to see dollar sells today. All right. There's a good chance that we're going to see that. Now, being that we are right here at this level, this is our first level that I want to see a break and retest that level if we're going to see a sell. Otherwise, we want to look out for this level for potential continuation. If we do reject this level and break above the pivot point, dollar could continue to go even higher, and we could close this later on. This gap doesn't necessarily have to be closed today, right? Let's take a look at our weekly extensions to see where some potential weekly targets could be. If we look at our low and high on the weekly time frame, we do have an extension here. Again, we don't want to overdo it on marking out levels, but something to look out for. Our next extension I would pay attention to is this negative 88.6. Right, so we've got the daily 88.6 here, but we got the weekly 88.6 up here on DXY, right? And then after that, we've got negative 1.5, which is kind of way out there, right? But it's possible. We're starting off the week already with a lot of volatility, and we've got a lot going on this week. It's possible, I'll have it out there. And especially it being a weekly time frame, I think it's worth marking that out, right? Peeling the onion back a little bit and just looking at the downside looking at the other side of things to see where we can potentially pull back to. As I mentioned, we have monthly 38.2. We've got weekly 618 here. We've got monthly 78.6 and also weekly 618 here. So two other weekly levels I have is technically right here and right here. Right, but like I said, this is a huge bullish candle. We may or may not flip on that today. I would like to either see the market reject and go higher or break and retest for a pullback into this zone. And then we want to see how the market behaves at this area here. It's monthly 38.2. Right? Now a flip of the daily candle would be here. 105.50 right at the weekly. Which this would be a full close of the gap. Right, so as of right now, unless we see, after news, because this is going to be a day where we're going to be trading after news, right? I mean, this move could play out before news, and then we end up switching a bullish bias, but we'll see, right? We will see. But as of right now, I am looking at potentially shorting USD, which let's see how that would look on GU. So looking at GU, again, we've got a gap. We've already filled a weekly fib extension on GU. Jeez, look at this gap. On a weekly time frame, you can see this shit. So we literally have like 100 pip gap here. Almost 100 pip gap. And essentially, we filled this 88.6, right? This monthly 38.2, this is to the downside because my overall bias is bearish. But remember, 38.2s can also be 618s. If we draw this way, you see we dropped right down to this 618. So this could be a potential area where the market could pull back and give us a nice pullback up into this area, 104, 1.2403. That's the first area I want to look out for to take profit. If we are going to have a weak dollar, I could see the market obviously pulling back into a buy. And it just so happens this 618 is right where our gap started, right? So 38.2, in other words, these are like inverse levels of each other. Again, if my overall bias is bearish, so I have the 618 on top, 38.2 on the bottom. But because on an intraday play, this might be a buy, I just wanted to show you guys that you also could consider this a 618 if you were looking at, because nobody knows at the end of the day. Let's say if I was saying, this could be a buy, which it definitely still could, because if you look at structure, my bearish bias is mostly coming off a dollar strength. But if you look at market structure, you have structure here, you have structure here. Look how the market rejected, and we closed above this structure, right? So this here could easily be a 618. This could be a valid 618 here, right? And then the 38.2 up here. So these are just levels I drew, Sunday afternoon before the market opened. But let me just go back on something real quick. Yeah, and then you could also say like, oh, market's respecting this structure on DXY. It could pull back and go bearish, but so far we don't have enough information to say that this is going to be bearish, right? We're still bullish. This is why I drew it this way. We don't have enough information yet. Now on GU, I'm not going to lie. The way this monthly candle closed, it is a possibility it could flip. But I still would say it's a little bit too early, right? Imagine if you would have went in last night as soon as the market opened. Well, I don't even think you had a chance. The market opened like this. But, you know, the market gapped. Imagine if you were holding it over the weekend saying, oh, yeah, the market's going to buy. The market's going to buy. Look how it closed. And then, boom, you had that freaking 90 pip drop. Anyways, let's get back to what we're talking about. So, potential pullback. We want to watch out for this area here, right? Now, if we do break this area and continue higher, this may turn into a bullish trend. It's possible it could turn into a bullish trend. Definitely on an intraday, I am getting bullish vibes. Now, our pivot point is here. Obviously, we're above that. We'll probably enter on this trade on a, because daily wouldn't make any sense. We'll probably enter on a 4 hour on this today and see where we're at. If we can maintain above 122,900 area and we're still within this region of things, I could probably take buys up to 1.23600, right, where you see this 4 hour structure here, 600, 700 area at least, right? So there's a lot of potential upside on GU right now. A lot of potential upside. And again, we don't have to close the gap today. So we want to be very careful of this and just base our bias solely around dollar strength. We want to see, the most important thing is to watch how we react to this level and see, based on what time New York opens, whether to see how much we pull back, right? Because not only New York open, but the news release, if the news release comes out and we're already like way down here, then it might not make sense to try to look for sells, right? It might be, the pullback may have already happened, in other words. But we just got to watch DXY and see how it's going to go, right? It already looks like it's dropping. GU looks like it's getting ready to buy. But we're not trading this early. That's not what we do. We don't do that. We leave that to other people. We're not trying to scalp. I'm trying to catch me a 40 pip, 50 pip, 60 pip move and just be in the right direction, the overall direction for the day. You know what I mean? Trading this early is not replicatable. I mean, only way you could replicate it is if you're the type of person that catches 10, 15 pips, you scalp, you catch them 1-to-1s. That's not what I do. You know, I try to catch 2.5, 3-to-1s, 4-to-1s, etc. and higher. Anyway, so next thing, gold. So let's see what we have on gold. Gold is reliable, old bugger. No gaps on gold, as it should be, but we did have a nice discount. On gold. Market open right around here. We've got a daily low here. Market slightly dipped below daily low, but now we're back above. To the downside, we do have weekly 618. I'm sure we did fill some weekly levels as well, but I probably didn't draw them out because, for whatever reason. Let's see. So yeah, weekly 50. That's what I thought. Weekly 50, weekly 38.2. You can see the market did open up higher. So I think we're gonna have more buys on gold. I think with the uncertainty in the economy, it's gonna be similar to like what we had last year. We're gonna have another bull run on gold. We're probably gonna end up hitting 3,000 on gold in the very near future. Honestly, $3,000 an ounce on fucking gold is gonna be ridiculous, bro. Buy your chains now. Don't bust them down with cheap diamonds. Buy your solid gold chains now. Yo, so Let me take a look at this real quick. So yeah, I'm not gonna do any of this right now. Again, the levels kind of too close to each other. I don't even think if we break back below this daily low again, I'm not even gonna bother looking for buys. But we got our pivot point right here, right in line with that daily low, right in line with that. So that's a good sign, right? I want to see price maintain above that. So far, we respected structure, respected those weekly fib levels. You know, the weekly 50 and 38.2 are right around here. We've got our daily low here, Friday's daily low. I would target from current price, we could easily probably hit 28.20, 28.30. Target the monthly highs. Maybe we might get an all-time high today. Again, this just depends on where we are by time it's trading time, right? We could potentially just retest the highs and maybe just inch a little bit above it, like I said, like 28.20, and then pull back into the monthly range. Or we could just break higher. If we're going to break higher, we do have some monthly targets. This is a monthly fib, right? We got some monthly targets to the upside. We got 28.71. Of course, that's not going to hit today, but let me just highlight that ahead of time so we know. We'll come back to the rest later. Monthly negative 27. I'll get rid of that for now, and let's go to our weekly time frame. A weekly candle last week was pretty sizable. 28.40. Again, levels are kind of close, so I would probably just pay attention to this. 28.20, 28.30. Maybe you could go to 28.40, but just to be safe, you know, pay attention to this. Three levels to pay attention to. And then this daily zone. Now, real quick, I keep forgetting to do this, but this is helpful to me to measure the candles. So we did 80 points roughly, 87 points, which is like 800 pips, 900 pips candle. How that would look this week to the upside, 800 to 900 points. Let's see what we did the week prior. Did we do something similar? We did a 90, did 80. Let's see what 80 would look like, or 800. 800 will put us right here. 900, 100 will put us up here. So things kind of are going in line, just measuring things or measuring price action. GU is a little bit hard to measure because we had a weird week on GU last week. Honestly, as you can see, we barely did shit. We did a lot that week prior, but then the last week of January, the market was just weird. DXY did have a nice bull run. 1.55, about 150 points. Week prior, we pushed down 250 points. So I don't know. That might not be the best thing to do right now, measure it, because it seems kind of random. But just to give you guys an idea. So gold, we already established that overall is bullish if we can maintain above 27.89. Whoops. Hold on. So let me just move this closer. Damn. They can't see any of this. It seems so close on the weekly. That's so funny. All right, so yeah, we want to stay above the zone in order for buys to play out. Now US 30, ooh, we had a nice discount on US 30. That's crazy. So all the way we broke back into the daily zone. We were at monthly high. Where did we close at? We closed at right around here, right? So this is our monthly high. This is our daily low. We closed at a daily low, right? This was Friday's daily low. Market opened up and just whomp right into our weekly 618. You guys see, I can't make this shit up. I drew this ahead of time. Motherfuckers can't tell me like these fib levels don't fucking work. And also right into structure. Weekly 88.6. I picked the shit out. I was like, okay, this is the level. Right? This is a smart level to do it. Right? Because it's in line with structure. It's a major pullback area. I'm not saying buy off this level yet. I'm just saying the market is reacting to it. Look how the market slammed down. It's been pretty much stuck at this general area, the weekly low in 88.6 now for hours, right? So this is something that's really important to consider. Key level right now, it is bearish, right? But if our pivot point is going to be here, we could potentially get a candle flip here. Potentially, right? I would need to see a break of 44.05 and a solid candle closure above 44.05. If not, we do have a weekly target to the downside, right? So I did kind of plan for both biases yesterday. Although this is a weekly 88.6 indicating a potential bullish bias, I did draw it out so that if this was wrong, we'd be targeting this weekly low or weekly fib extension, which again is in line with structure here, here, and here. So yeah, US 30 I think is like kind of up in the air. I mean, if you look at the weekly time frame and the monthly time frame, obviously it's still bullish. We want to look, this area is important too, because look at this weekly structure here. You know, so if we break this, we could definitely head lower here or even down here. But from an intraday perspective, I think the important level to pay attention to really is here in terms of taking profits. Maybe around here. Maybe around here. This is probably a daily target. Let's see from Friday. Yep, daily 40. No, negative 27 is at 44,380. So I could probably just like highlight this area, and this would be a reasonable area to aim for profit taking. And then we could potentially have a continuation to the downside. Possibly. Maybe not. Just keep in mind that because this is Friday's range, the bias, once Friday candle closes, our new range focus is going to be on our opening week range, which is today, Monday. So once this Monday daily candle closes, all these daily levels are going to change. They're not going to matter anymore. But for today, we could potentially get up there. So I would focus on these two levels. These three levels, right? So it's still up in the air, but I would like to see a buy. Depends on how we close here, right? So it's pretty much what we got in mind for US 30. Now, just like GU, we kind of had like a slow week for US 30, as you can see here. Not much of the market closed almost where it opened, and we did have like almost equal high and low met. So overall, this week we've already done half of that price action from last week already. So we from low to high, it was about 1,200 points, which is reasonable. But in terms of the market actually trending, it was a little sideways. We've done, and this drop is about 700 points. So, and then from this low to here is about 500 points. So we'll see. We'll see what US 30 has to offer. What's gonna happen with US 30? The key thing is we just gotta watch to see if we break above 44.05. If not, again, I would look for a break and retest of this area and potentially take it down to this weekly target. I think I was measuring the wrong area here. Oh no, never mind. Okay, so that's pretty much all I got for you. I'm gonna see you guys later. Oh, and one other thing I just wanted to look at real quick. I noticed earlier. I was kind of mad. This is why people that trade London, man, they sometimes be catching these opportunities. But look what XRP did. Oh my God! I've been saying for the longest I want to buy under $2, and we made a new low. So the lowest price has been essentially since November, end of November. Price came all the way down. Look at this beautiful fib, by the way. I'm not sure when I drew this out, but look how we hit this negative 27 and then just spiked back down. This might have been like a weekly or monthly. I'm not sure what this was, but oh yeah, it was a monthly. This is from December. So we hit this, and yeah, big pullback. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna short. I would want XRP to short so I can get that discount. But just look at that move, like seriously, bro, like crazy. Within from market open, or sorry, crypto's 24/7, but from Friday, we literally crypto or made a low of almost 50% of its value. Like it lost a lot, bro. Lost a lot from Friday, from going from $3 to making a low at $1.75, $1.77. That's crazy. But yeah, I've been waiting for the longest to buy under $2, man. And it gave us that opportunity for like just a couple minutes. Probably like 15, 30 minutes. We had that opportunity, and then it just whoop right back up. But hopefully it comes down again. We break these lows, and maybe I could buy it $1.50 or something like that. But anyways, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. I'm gonna catch you later. Peace. Yo, what is up? What is up, everybody? Haven't done one of these in a while, but just wanted to do a quick post-market recap. Today was a pretty sick day, and just wanted to go over what happened real quick. So I was actually unaware of this. I guess it was some breaking news that happened. Obviously, we had ISM manufacturing news, but Mr. Trump decided to delay tariffs coming out on Mexico and now Canada. So this caused a sudden and quick shift in the market, which was actually in our favor. We got an extreme level of volatility after this 10 o'clock open. So we were anticipating, as you can see, these levels are pretty much the same for DXY as they were this morning. Watching this video, you'll see we had this big push down to the downside. Market retraced back up into this monthly zone. Let me just go to the daily so you can see monthly, right? And now we're back in last week's range. We've already flipped last week's high, so our daily candle has flipped to the downside for DXY, and we actually ended up closing bearish after all that big gap. So we did close back that gap. Price came right back down, which is so funny how like shit plays out. It's kind of like this shit is rigged. Like look how this huge ass gap happens in the middle of the week, or the first thing in the week, and the next day what happens? This tariff news comes out, this bullshit, and the market comes right back down to where we closed on Friday. So how did this correlate with GU? We did have some pretty sick entries at 1.2341. This was like literally entry number one we had placed in the Telegram. I'll show you guys in the VIP Telegram. Is pretty sick. What we called this entry here. So there's a VIP, so you can see we called 1.2341 and we called 1.2357 Both those hit take profits at 800 and 900 area, so they've been hit take profit. We hit take profit literally in one hour candle, probably like a 30-minute candle, right? Now it was like a 1 hour candle. We hit both take profits, and yeah, the market decided it wanted to go even higher. So eventually, this level is actually a level I was anticipating to reject off of, but it looks like it's going even higher. Current rejection is off this daily 618, which I will get into a little bit later, how this level is going to change. This is because this is from Friday. Now we had our Monday close. Our main focus is going to be on the opening week range, which will be from Monday's low to high. So this no longer is essentially is a 618. This is like a daily, I want to say 88.6 or 100 level. Yeah, closer to 100. So we'll see. This level probably is not going to hold, to be honest. We might break highs, or we'll see what happens. I don't like to do my analysis until London session, so we'll see what happens. But pretty much I just want to show you guys we had a big move to the upside, and we're playing on these levels we had talked about this morning. Gold was kind of really the wasn't an underperformer, but after New York Open, it kind of just fizzled out, right? I like to trade after New York Stock Exchange Open, and there wasn't really any opportunity for me for gold. I was looking potential buys on these candles here at the 28.16, 28.15 level, but not really much came out of it. I mean, for you scalpers, you might have been able to catch a good move. I mean, honestly, this would have been a decent move to take profit at 28.25. But other than that, it kind of fizzled out. Really, the move was to, you could have caught a nice move if you traded earlier, caught maybe a break of this structure here. But we did maintain above our pivot point. We did maintain above that daily low, which gave us clear indication for buys. Overall, the market ended out the day bullish for gold. Now, US 30, that was another sick play. I didn't trade it personally, but this was called out pretty much to the T. We're waiting for break of 44.05 in the group. You see our weekly 88.6 got respected. If you had a buy stop here or an entry at this weekly zone, you could have easily capitalized for 400 to 500 points. So you see we hit this daily fib extension here. Market decided it wanted to continue and break Friday's daily low, right? This is Friday's low, and we broke that. So that's pretty much it. Quick post-market recap. That's all I want to go over with you real quick, guys. And yeah, these are some levels, the blue levels, the weekly and the monthly levels. You want to pay attention to it. If you want to copy it onto your charts, pay attention and keep in mind these levels. Stay posted. Join my free Telegram if you want to see my daily analysis, my intraday analysis. I come out with every day. I stopped posting these videos on YouTube just because they really aren't getting that much traction for me to just go out of my time, waste space on my computer, all that shit. Honestly, I want to help you guys, but you guys gotta, you know, show some love. So with that being said, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.